Decide to develop the habit right now, the habit of focusing on what's right in your world instead of what's wrong, the habit of focusing on what you do have instead of what you don't have. And as well as you know it, you've got to make it a habit. As basic as that is, those habits form the chain of your ultimate character, of who you become and how you end up living your life. We've got to condition ourselves, because if we don't, we'll go back to the automatic state that most people live in today's society. The way to develop the habit is to go on a mental diet. Several years ago, as positive as I was, I'd had some major disappointments, some frustrations. I felt like I'd given it all. But what turned me around is one day I picked up this book. It challenged me to really see if I could really, truly, for 7 days, live my life without one negative thought. For 7 straight days, no matter what. It doesn't mean you don't have a negative thought. It just means that if you have a negative thought, you don't speak it. You set it aside. You forget about it. Or you replace it. If you say something negative, you go erase. What I really mean is this. Or you say, that's not what I mean. Here's what I mean is this. And you immediately focus on something good. It's that nothing negative ever comes out. It's that you immediately do not allow yourself to hold a negative feeling, a negative thought for 7 straight days. Day and night, even when it gets tough, even when somebody disappoints you, even when you get frustrated, even when you give your all and it still turns up lousy. Listen, you took on this 7-day challenge. You can't believe what it'll do to your life. Now, I gotta tell you, when I first read the book, I thought, wait a second, being positive isn't gonna change my life. I gotta deal with the real problems around me, those real challenges that are out there. I don't wanna just be positive. I wanna be real. I wanna be on top of things. Somebody says, how's it going? I go, I'm doing great. And they go, why? You go, I don't know, but I just feel good. I don't want to be that way. You know what? I thought, wait a second. I can be positive about solutions. I can still notice that there's some challenges out there without being negative about it. I can look at the challenges and say, okay, here's what's good about this. Here's how we can use this. Here's how we can turn this thing around, and continue to focus on that. So I took on the challenge for 7 days, changed my life. Now, by the way, one of the keys is you have to have 7 straight days of being absolutely positive. Don't just say, yeah, I can do it. And don't just say, I'm going to do it. Think for a while before you commit to this. Don't actually commit unless you're really going to do it. Not one negative thought, not one negative expression that you hold on to. Got to let go of it immediately. If you're 3 days into it and you do well, and then you have a bunch of negativity, you got to start over. After you go about 4, 5, 6 days in a row doing really well, something major negative is going to happen. How's that for some positive programming? But what it is a test to see how committed you really are. After 7 days, you feel like a different person. People around you respond to you like you're different as well. All you want to do is establish the habit of noticing what you do have instead of what you don't have. Noticing what's great about a situation versus what's not great. Focusing on solution instead of problems. That's what changes your life. Here's key number 2. Instead of judging yourself and others, decide, remember these are decisions, decide right now to become curious instead of judgmental. But remember, when you find fault in other people, when you start noticing constantly how they've wronged you, how this person is not good enough, or they're too egotistical, they're too proud, or they don't really care about people, as soon as you start judging other people, you just got to remember something. You start judging other people, you're going to also start judging yourself. If you're angry at other people, there's a very good chance you're angry at yourself as well. Maybe you perceive more and judge less. Maybe instead of finding fault with other people without really thinking about what they've gone through to be where they are this day, maybe we can get really curious about what's making this person be in the state they're in, or what's the motivation behind this person's anger. A lot of times we think somebody's being negative or angry or we're frustrated with them, but we never bother to find out what's really going on. Free yourself from the disease of making others wrong, and you'll free yourself from the disease of making yourself wrong. It's part of the power of positive thinking